Today's mini lesson is on introducing nonfiction textual evidence. What do we know about the observation section of our paragraphs when we introduce fiction? When we introduce fiction, we learn that we use the speaker, the listener, and the plot clue within the observation section of our paragraphs. So in this example from Macbeth, in yellow, the speaker was Macduff. In green, the listener was Malcolm, and in blue, the plot clue is upon hearing of his family's death. So this particular quote introduction went, Macduff, on the other hand, upon hearing of his family's death, remarks to Malcolm, I cannot remember such things were that were most precious to me. Heaven rest them now. Using the speaker, listener, plot clue as an observation will not work, however, as a quote introduction for nonfiction, because nonfiction does not have a plot. For nonfiction, I want you to try to remember the acronym TAC. The T in the acronym stands for the title of the text. The A stands for the author of the text. And the C stands for the credentials of the author of the text. Credentials meaning like if the person is a doctor, a professor, a teacher, maybe they have a degree from a certain place, maybe they are writing for a magazine or something like that. So in this nonfiction example, I have three things highlighted. So if you notice in this first kind of grayish purple color, that is the title. So our T here is Donald Trump, Tragic Hero. In orange, I have the author. His name is Victor Davis Hanson. And then in purple, I have his credentials. He is an American conservative commentator, meaning someone who talks about conservative values in America. All right, so this sentence reads, in his article, Donald Trump, Tragic Hero, Victor Davis Hanson, American conservative commentator, commiserates that tragic heroes are often simply too volatile to continue in polite society. All right. So notice I have the title, then the author, then the author's credentials. Now, just because I have them in that order, however, doesn't mean you have to put them in that order. It is totally appropriate to flip around the elements of TAC into a different order. It is fine. Sorry, guys, it's kind of freezing here a little bit. The other thing that you might want to know is that I had to research Hanson's credentials, and you might have to do so also. You might have to go outside of the source to find out more about the author in order to include that part in your paper. All right, so your assignment today is to go back and look at the observations that you have for nonfiction sources. Did you include all three elements of TAC if they're available? Remember, sometimes nonfiction doesn't have an author. So include what you can and think about what order might make the most sense in your paragraph. All right, go ahead and begin.